Welcome to A Snugpod Cast, everyone. This is episode 10-ish, something like that. We're going to go with that. It's episode 10. I'm Never Separate, and I am joined with Gone Crazy Back Soon. How are you?
Hello, hello. Doing pretty good. For a Bosmer though, boy, these plants are getting me lately. Allergies have been real bad.
You need to move back to your own forest?
I guess. I
you,
don't know.
have you violated the Green Pact? Anything like that?
Maybe I need to drink more rot meth.
Ew.
Gross.
And that little chuckle was our friend Sasquatch over on the end. Welcome back. You were not able to make it on episode 9, the one that everybody's favorite episode so far, and you weren't even there for it.
Did anybody make it on episode 9?
Yeah. So, how's it going?
Oh, it's going good. Going good.
Any major accomplishments in game?
You just cut out.
Any major accomplishments in game?
I don't have to do so many writs anymore. That's about it.
That is definitely a bonus.
Break from writs.
Yeah.
Hooray! No more writs.
Less writs for the win. Yeah.
Oh, I do got a couple numbers though from the New Life, or not New Life, Anniversary Jubilee.
It's like, whoa, what
Personal
happened?
I keep calling it New Life.
Are they?
I was like, did we fast forward half the year?
Are they your personal numbers or?
Yeah, personal numbers. Okay. Yeah. So I made about 800,000 gold.
Nice.
And so I think I opened about 122 boxes, and I got a total of 141 spider parts.
Oh. Oh no!
So if you're on PlayStation,
I got more spider parts than I opened boxes.
Yeah, there were some that had 2 in those. Yeah.
Yes. So if you need any of those spider parts from the Jubilee event, I've got them.
And I've got them.
And I've got them too.
I think we have some to spare.
I don't quite have the record numbers that Sasquatch has, though. Mine are rookie numbers. It's like 5 and 2 or something like that. I don't know.
I haven't even thought to look, but I know I have a bunch. Maybe not that many, but I have a bunch. I don't think I even deposited all of them from every character into my bank, so I'd have to go through and make sure to do that. I've been working on antiquities, trying to level that up so that I can go chase those gold leads, and I have finally reached level 6. I've got to grind through the rest of that. It's not fun. I mean, it's fun for a minute, and it's not when your goal is getting to a level and it's just not seeming to go very quickly. The antiquity part itself is a kind of a fun little mini game, but I want that little bar to slide over to the right a little faster.
It's a grind.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, leveling up isn't too fun.
Definitely not doing it again. No chance. Nico Dar is the only one going to be able to do antiquities, I think, ever on my account. So yeah.
This is your first one to do it though, so you can do the purple leads in every zone, right?
Right.
Yeah, that helps.
Can you not do purple leads in every zone on other characters? Is it count bound?
No. So each zone you get the green lead, and then when you do it, you get the blue one.
Right.
When you do the blue one, you get the purple one.
Right.
And that you can only do once.
Per account?
Per account.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I never realized that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the second character is rough.
It makes that crown store purchase of the skill line a lot more enticing there, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
When you can't level that up using the purple leads.
Yeah.
Well, I guess technically you can use purple leads. You just have to use ones that you find.
Yeah.
True.
But yeah. All right. Well, we've got a
You did
bunch
some.
of stuff to talk about. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna say you did a couple other things too, because I think we might have mentioned it on episode 9, but it might have gotten lost. Um, you also joined Elder Heroes.
Yeah, I'm an old man now, and I save puppies. Um, yeah. There's a group of us. It's like a near 40 and up group of uh, group of people that we roll all over town, and we look for puppies trapped in uh, ditches, or that got stuck trying to chase a cat up a tree. No, I'm kidding. That's not what that is at all.
I was like, that is not even close.
It's a fun story, though, right?
I guess so.
I did. I was prompted on at least 17 occasions by none other than you.
I don't know what you're speaking of.
Yeah. So I signed up for Extra Life and joined the Elder Heroes. And yeah, so haven't had an opportunity to really, work on filling out my page and some of that stuff yet. But I've started trying to just put it out on social media and things like that I'm doing that. So actually talked
You got time.
talked to a home group tonight. And just kind of let them know that I was doing that. Some other stuff was discussed, and I was like, oh yeah, none of y'all are probably going to be interested in this, but this is the thing I'm doing. The charity part of it, I think they're interested in. The gaming part of it, not so much. But that's the part that's important anyway. Yeah. So we will probably be trying to do some things together. Gone Crazy and I, Gone Crazy and me, words, English, whatever.
Sure.
To get, to do some things together on stream and try to promote that some.
Mm-hmm.
And then, possibly some recruiting.
Yeah. Cough, cough. Breton.
Nudge.
Next to me.
Who?
Nudge, nudge.
You! Wink, 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 nudge, nudge. And then the other wood elf when she's here.
Right.
Yes.
She's technically done it, though. Because she actually was with Lotus and I during last year's event.
Really?
So even though she was not fundraising, she did help us because she did Black Rose with us.
Well, we just
So
need
she's
some,
technically participated already.
we just need to make this an official thing. So,
The other thing that I know no one heard me mention, har har,
because no
last
one
week.
heard you
Because no one
speak.
heard me. Yeah. Nobody heard me speak during the episode because I got a PS5 and it was amazing and I was super excited about it, and apparently I didn't turn my audio settings on. So only you all could hear me, but it's a huge game changer. Wow, this game looks different. It
Little
runs
bit.
different.
A little bit.
Pretty awesome, so.
Yeah, so for those that are wondering why this is titled Episode 10 and you never got Episode 9, there is, it's still running loose. They haven't caught it yet. The guards outside the Snugpod have guaranteed us that they will stand by during recording times to prevent it from getting back in. But there's a scamp running rampant in Grahtwood near the Eldenroot tree, and it just caused us all kind of problems. And yeah,
He was chewing roots last week.
yeah, just took a bite right out of our whole home. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's because I wasn't here. Normally, I send my bear out to patrol. So,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Just needed the bear to block the door.
in the process of trying to get that put out into audio form, I realized there's a whole person's audio missing, and I decided it was not going to happen, because that would be silly. If you're desperate and you just really want episode 9, it's on YouTube. You can go and listen to weird, awkward silences while one person's talking you can't hear. So, if that's your thing, have at it. But we decided to go ahead and just roll with episode 10, and episode 9 will be that lost episode that doesn't exist or does exist, and I don't know, we'll see. So yeah, you guys ready to get started?
Let's do it.
I say yeah. We're like 10 minutes in now or whatever. All right, so I'm glancing at show notes, and guess we've kind of already touched on that first thing there. You guys a couple of weeks ago ran some dungeons without me and broke my heart.
Sorry.
So you want to tell us about that?
Yeah, sure. We decided to do some random normals, because what could possibly go wrong? You're gonna get the easy ones, right? Normal, random? Nope, cauldron. Got the cauldron.
Yes.
Which, as soon as we got in there, someone else loaded in and they were like, nope, and they just noped right out. We had that happen with, 3 people? I think? Before...
No, because what happened is, before we loaded in, the dungeon finder was bugged.
Oh,
and
that's
so every time we queued, somebody would pop in and then it would get declined automatically. So we just kept, it's like 3 or 4 people in a row. We're like, okay, that's bugged. So we had to requeue.
But I thought you and I were standing there, and then we first went in. Somebody popped in and then they disappeared.
Oh, they
and
did.
dropped the
They
group.
did. Yeah, but before that even, we were at the guild house, and yeah, it just kept popping and declining and popping and declining. So, but then when we actually got in, yeah, then the person just left. Just like, nope.
Like, okay. But the person that replaced them was good, so that was nice. It wasn't a bad, it was a decent speed run. It wasn't, it didn't take too long. And then we thought, surely it can't happen again. There's no way we'll get something weird again. So we queued again, and what'd we get?
Fanglair.
Fanglair. So we just were really doing great that night.
Yeah.
What I will say is that Sasquatch is a beast, because everybody died on the last bone dragon, and he just ran around. Just slowly tanked it to death.
Yes.
And I think the random person that was with us is like, what is happening? Because they're not in chat with us, so they don't know what we're talking about, and we're just egging him on, yeah, keep going, don't pick anybody up, yeah, just do it.
Yeah.
That person was probably like, whatever. But they were really cool about it, so.
Everybody.
I think they did say something in text chat, but I don't remember what it was. But
I think they said it was something about. I can't remember. It was funny. It was like a poke at you, but it was funny.
Yeah.
A funny poke. It wasn't being malicious.
Somebody should, or everybody should just run around as necros, so that they can just use their necro ult, revive everybody.
Yeah.
The problem with that is then I couldn't be a warden.
Right.
That's a problem.
Well, then you need to learn how to be a warden crow. I don't know. So
what a weird class that would be.
Yeah, you just all you do is raise undead bears. I don't know.
I was just gonna say undead bears.
Your bear is dead. You have a really creepy ghost netch. Kind of looks like that anyway, but
I'm surprised we don't have skins. I mean, there is more than one skin for the bear, right?
Yep.
Yeah, there's just the one other skin.
You think maybe that's a thing that it's kind of surprising they haven't, done yet. Like pets and things can have different skins too.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine your Nightblade,
warden.
your little shade having different colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can have an Argonian
Yeah.
shade. You can have a Khajiit shade. Yeah. Anyway, we're just getting off in the. We don't want to make those. No, we're good.
Us never.
Yeah. So we have an upcoming event. Do we have a date for that yet? Just June so far.
June.
Nothing
Said
specific.
early June.
Yeah.
Or just June.
So if you need a break from events, you've got all of May, right?
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe.
Never know.
I mean, they
Unless
might
just
who
throw
knows?
something in there.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
here's a welcome back to ESO because you quit playing last night and you're back again event. So, yeah, who knows? It seems like there's always some sort of small event going on, which is great. Sometimes it's just like, oh, I need a break. I need a time that I don't feel like I have to log in or I'm going to miss something. So breaks can be good. But yeah, so we have an event coming called Zeal of Zenithar. Did I pronounce that right?
Yeah. You did.
Zenithar. It's the Zeal of the Zenithar.
No. Go
no,
back. What you did a minute ago.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah. So, do we want to talk about that now?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I know some of the small little things, but you guys have had a little more time to look at this, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
take it away.
Well, first of all, I just want to preface whatever we're going to talk about by saying that this is from the PTS notes. So, this information is always prone to change as they're testing things. There's just a couple of things that were cool that I thought it might be fun to touch on, to see if they actually make it through to live.
Yeah.
I think they will. Like, usually when they test stuff like this, it's more to just work the kinks out of the event rather than to change stuff. So I'm really hopeful that all of this goes through, because there's some pretty cool stuff coming. So hopefully June will be a good month, because that's when we'll get this event, and then we'll also get the release of High Isle, which will be pretty exciting.
Yes.
The release of High Isle is like the 21st-ish?
6th,
26th?
I believe. Isn't that what we figured out last show?
I thought it was
think
the
that's
6th.
what
I think
it
it's
was.
21st.
I thought it was like
Just
the 6th
kidding.
on
It's
PC
the
and 21st.
6th and the 6th and the 21st. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd think we'd be better at this now.
Yeah, we're the most professional group ever.
For sure.
Yeah, so I wonder if it'll release about the same time as the PC release.
I don't
If
know.
it's going to be
That's kind of
early
a lot.
June.
It's a lot to push at the same time, but also it makes sense because it kind of gives the console people a little bit of a holdover in the meantime, you know. And this is based, it appears mostly out of Cragworn, so it's not like it's pushing you towards the new zone necessarily. So that's good. You know, people won't feel like, if they do release it when High Isle releases, you won't feel like, oh, I'm missing out on what I wanted to do in the zone, because this is taking place in Cragworn. So hopefully that'll keep people from feeling like they're, I don't know, not as important or something, you know. One of the big new things is everybody's favorite mount, the Indrix. They're making their return.
Yay!
Yes.
Yay! Any Indrik you missed.
Any Indrik you missed.
Yeah.
And the pets, I believe, as well. I think I read that.
Didn't they say they'd be like release a few at a time and kind of cycle through them?
I think so. I think it's almost
So-
going to be like a season, you know, like a seasonal
Yeah.
thing, maybe.
Oh, that's right. They said during the season that they originally came out.
Yeah.
I
So
believe
that's
is what
pretty
they were.
cool, because it means that you can kind of also coordinate it with, you know, you can look at, I don't know whether these are going to be, I'm assuming they're going to be put together the same way that they were, right? They didn't really say anything about that yet, as far as I
They
know.
just said you'd be able to purchase the Indrix, from my understanding. Not all of the stuff to do all the morphs.
Yeah.
That'd be a nightmare.
I just wonder. Oh no, nope. It is for sure the feathers and berries.
Really?
It says Starting with the Zeal of Zenithar event, the new Indrix vendor will become available in Belkarth and Craglorn, and she will only be active during events and will sell feathers and berries used to craft the Indrix mounts. So if you missed out on them previously, you will have an opportunity to obtain them.
Oh my gosh.
So essentially, it's just giving you another spot
Yeah.
to spend tickets. Well, this is kind of good though, because a lot of the community has been complaining, like, well, I'm not doing tickets for an event because I don't have anything that I want to spend them on.
Right.
So it is giving people another option.
It's just, that's a lot of tickets to spend to have to do all that again. If it's like the 5 or 10 per piece, then morph, then get them, that's a lot. But no, I mean, and especially if it's going to be a permanent thing, you can always just do a little at a time here and there when you don't have something else. Because there are times it's like, well, I don't have any reason to do the thing today, like you said. So I'll just sit on these tickets, where you could spend them on the thing and then go 2 or 3 more days doing events and get them back,
Right.
So yeah, it's not a bad thing. I'm just remembering the amount of time it took for me to get them all and thinking, oh, I don't want to have to do that again, thankfully, because I'm doing it again with the new stuff.
I think they're also banking on the fact that there were people who said that they had already purchased feathers and berries and were never able to complete. So,
they had like 2 out of 3 or whatever.
Yep, because that
4.
first time, before they changed that, do you remember how you could just buy like 5 of the same berry accidentally until they put in the feature of being able
the
to...
collections. Yeah, it would not let you do it if you already owned it in the collections. Yeah.
Exactly. So,
Shantyman Gaming just posted in chat, but there are plenty of people like me where they started playing after the Indrix mounts.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I say that as somebody who's having to use tickets to get the current stuff and then trying to imagine if I had to go back and do what I've already done again. It's a good thing. Options are always good. So, yeah, anytime they can give more people access to things, which, if they're doing it with the Indrix, I would imagine we're probably going to see the same thing happen with the last few years items since the Indrix went away.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big possibility. Who knows?
It kind of seems like it sets a precedent for it. So not a precedent. It doesn't set a precedent. That's a different topic.
I'd wonder if they'd only do part of it, like maybe not do the house, or...
That's what I was thinking too. Like, look at how long it took them to put the Sigic Villa back in the store.
Yeah.
I mean, that's there, what, right now? Or did it leave already? I don't remember.
I think it's
still
there.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of those ones that they didn't sell it again for a long time because of the fact that it was free to everyone, and they probably, as bad as it sounds, knew they weren't going to make as much money on it. But now it's back because there were tons of people saying, hey, we would like to buy the Sigic Villa. We weren't there for this event. It's one of the first times you ever offered that, and we want to purchase the home. So I think that's kind of what happened with the Indrix too, to be honest. There were a lot of people that were burnt out on them, but now it's been a little bit, and there are people asking to be able to finish them. So I think it's a nice change.
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I just said yep.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Sorry. I don't know why I heard something else.
I concur.
Yes, indeed.
We were just in agreement.
Yes. The other thing that is fun about this event potentially is that it seems like they're going to have a new way of rewarding people for grouping up during it. So, there's the usual, like, do an intro quest, get this task done, you'll get tickets, that kind of a thing. But you're also going to be able to get these parcels by doing different in-game things. It's the usual, like, do a crafting writ, makes sense, Zenithar, works with the lore.
Yep.
That one is limited to 1 per day. Complete a master writ.
Per account, right?
Yeah. No daily limit on those. So that's pretty cool. So, like, your crafting writs, you can just get 1 per day. Master writs, though, go to town. Do what you want. But the biggest thing that makes this event different so far, at least in the PTS notes, is that It says you can complete rounds of group arenas, namely Dragonstar and Black Rose, while grouped with someone who is a member of one of your guilds. There is no daily limit on this. So it's incentivizing being grouped with somebody who you're in a guild with, which is pretty cool.
Which also
Yeah.
incentivizes being in a guild if you're not. Hint, hint, Lore Seeker ESO. Just saying.
For sure. But I love that. I think that's a great way to encourage people to group. Or let's say that it's even like, somebody who's not a big extrovert and they have their own small guild with just a few friends, like maybe 10, not enough to have a merchant, not enough to have a banker, stuff like that. But they've got enough people in a little mini guild. They can still do this and not be left out. That's pretty cool. You can also do the same thing with a world boss or a world event. So defeat a group boss or world event while you're grouped with someone who is a member of one of your guilds. No daily limit on that one. Imagine how many parcels you could potentially rake in on like a world boss Wednesday or something like that.
Is this gonna be in any zone?
I believe for that, yeah. I mean, it might not be. I didn't see that clarification. The new stuff is mostly in Craglorn, so I suppose they could count it as Craglorn, but it seems like it might be.
Well,
Black Rose is in
right?
Murkmire,
Yeah.
But it's also considered like an arena, so it's a different instance.
Well, here's my reason for asking: do folly things from the sky, dolmens?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now everybody can call them the right name, folly things from the sky.
They're a world event, so yes.
Right. So Alakir is like super quick.
Oh yeah.
To run that loop, and
it's gonna be nuts.
Yeah, I mean it always is. Just imagine you'll go run Alakir and actually see everybody spawn in now on that fancy new hardware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll get there and you'll see everything. You won't actually just see lights flashing and then it's over with. But the other question I had back to the writs, did it mention anything about like the charity writs people may still be holding on to and those things?
Give me 1 second, and I will.
Because I actually have a bunch, like the Witches Festival writs. If people have any of those left over.
Yeah. It does not. I mean, don't those count kind of as master writs? Isn't that a similar scenario?
It might, because they give the writ vouchers.
Yeah.
Do they? Yeah, they get like one or two or something.
Specify.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, it's easy enough to test once it's live.
Yeah.
Just do one and see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Again, just incentivizing different ways to do things, which is pretty neat. Oh yes, Shantyman, you may be correct. He said it seems to be all around, given that there is a discount to wayshrine travel.
Good point.
So
yeah.
Considering that's a thing, I would say it's a good possibility that when this hits live, it will be kind of everywhere. Plus, the thing is, imagine if they tried to shove everybody into Craglorn. I mean,
oh man,
yeah, that would not be good for performance. I wouldn't think so. I would guess that they're gonna have a couple different areas, at least, if not everywhere, that you can obtain or do these different things.
Yeah, and that's not, you don't have that in the notes, but the discount to wayshrines is like what, 50 or 75%, right?
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Yeah,
it's pretty big.
And there was some other reductions to some cost on things too, right? Repairing armor, I think was one of them.
It was something like that. I don't have the actual PTS notes pulled up. I had like a different one that's just like a summary of the PTS stuff.
Yeah, and
almost
like I said,
more
those
like an event
values
guide,
could change too.
Yeah.
So.
Here we go. It says, wayshrines reduced by 75%, equipment repair costs reduced by 50%, global vendor prices for AP, Telvar, and gold dealing merchants will also be reduced by 10%. So this includes the golden vendor, the luxury
That's
vendor,
right.
and the achievement furnishing and luxury furnishing merchants. So, wow, get it while it's hot, everybody.
Too bad that
Um,
windmill won't be available in June.
I know, and the crafting inspiration will also be increased by 100% during this
Oh,
event.
nice.
So it
Nice.
says
Level up those
eventually that
alts.
they will showcase everything later. So,
Yeah, so craft a bunch of stuff on your master crafters, and then send it on over to your not so master crafters, and let them
Hmm.
decon it all during that time with the CP
yep,
points, and do it with an orc because they have
yep.
crafting inspiration anyway. So,
So
Um,
one thing that's not in the notes too is the currency pouches, which have a small chance to contain a jackpot amount of the currency that you
ooh,
can loot.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, because didn't
They
you say it's up to 100,000?
Uh-huh. You can pull up to a
Yeah.
100,000 of certain things. I mean, obviously not anything crazy. It's not going to be like transmutes or anything like that. But I believe they said Telvar, gold, and maybe AP. I can't remember if
I
AP was
think
included or
AP.
not.
I need
Yeah.
100,000 transmutes.
Yeah, me too. But they're not going to give us that.
Hell, shame on them.
Yeah. Um, you know what else is
I
pretty fun? Sneaky Cat.
yeah,
Did you see that other one
I
that's
did.
in there?
Yes, my sneaky thief self is maybe a little bit excited.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. If you sneak around and you steal stuff, you might have a chance of getting a parcel as well. But there's a catch. Don't get caught, because if you do, they go away.
So,
So,
pro tip on the sneaky thieving: uh, don't do that indoors. Um, example: inside the Eldenroot tree and like the Fighters Guild area, and things like that, where you're indoors. It's an enclosed space with doors you have to go through that you can't do if you're being chased by a guard. It won't let you activate the doors. Um, so you just kind of run around indefinitely, and I guess you could power your game off. I don't know, but um, try to stay outdoors, and that way, if the guard does try to catch you, you can run away and just get out of reach, and uh, should be good, unless it takes them away just from being caught. Period. Um, I would think it would be under that same like, here's money and all the stuff I stole kind of thing, but does it specify how that works any better, or is that all it said?
I'm sorry I missed that last part because I was looking at how our stream crashed.
Yeah.
What
Ruh-roh.
was the last thing you said?
Um, do you lose the items just from having the guard like stop you, or is it when you uh,
It
like
it just
if
says
you
be
go ahead?
the wording is beware if you are caught by the guards after stealing.
Hmm.
So I would assume it's just like if they talk to you.
Hmm. Because you you know it's kind of the same. Like you have the option to turn everything in and give pay the fine
Yeah.
or flee. I would think that if you chose the option to flee, you should still be able to keep them like normal unless you got caught and killed. But
Yeah.
otherwise, it's like, why would all my stuff just fall out of my pockets? I don't know. But anyway, I guess we'll see once that. I don't know what the answer to that would be. But yeah,
Once it
definitely.
goes live,
Yeah,
we'll
I mean,
find
there
out.
are several places where there's lots of NPCs you can pickpocket, and it's really not that hard. You'll get caught some, but especially if you level up that skill line, you can get it to where it's 100% basically every time on like your standard citizens, and you can even get a pretty high chance pickpocketing guards. Which, by the way, if you didn't know this, you can get the little wanted posters for the different races by pickpocketing guards. It's a small drop chance, but I have uh, 5 or 6 of them, I think, in my house. Um, and so they are kind of neat to collect. Um, I don't know how many of them there are total, but uh, another little fun bonus you can get from pickpocketing. So yeah, get out there and stick your hand in other people's pockets.
Not creepy at all.
No daily limit.
That's true. There's no daily limit to attempting to stick your hand in people's pockets. I hate that. I don't like saying that. Ooh. Okay. Anyway, moving on.
The room just got awkward.
Yeah, it's okay. Nothing to see here. Moving on. Yeah, anything else that you'd all like to mention about Zeal of Zenithar? Or are we just gonna...
No.
No, I think we're good.
Yeah.
There's
There'll be
like
more about
reward
that later
stuff.
as we get closer.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of it
But
is just...
we'll go over that when it's announced.
Yeah.
Going live.
Something else that was in the news that we had happen as well is obviously they've got the PTS going on for High Isle at the moment, and they did an ESO live while on the PTS on Friday. It was pretty cool to see the zone. I don't want to get spoilery for people at all because there's a lot of people that like to go into the zone not knowing much about it. So the only thing that I will say is that Ed Stark talked about a little bit of the lore background of it, and he basically said that technically it's Breton territory, but it's also an established neutral ground. So one Breton family rules High Isle, and Amenos is under another family's control. But as far as everything goes with the Daggerfall Alliance, it's somewhere that the Three Banners War isn't happening. So this will be a big refresher for all of us in game. Because he said it's one of the few places in Tamriel where members of all three alliances can just come in safety and not worry about each other. So, pretty exciting to see how that's going to tie into the lore overall of that area. And speaking of lore, the other thing they did was they introduced the new Loremaster. His name's Michael Zenke. He seems like a really cool dude. I'm excited to see him more on some of these ESO lives and kind of see where things go from here. But he has a huge history with the game, actually. He worked on the game at launch. So they were rattling off all of the things that he's done, and it's like, whoa.
The
zones. He worked on the game at launch, and he was basically the principal writer, or one of the principal writers, for Bleak Rock, Balfoyan, Stonefalls, The Rift, Reaper's March, Auradon, and then the Mages Guild and Fighters Guild quest lines in the base game. He also wrote and helped create Raz. Wow.
Nice.
That's cool.
And Uncle Sheo. So he did the Uncle Sheo content for the Mages Guild. He was one of the people that wrote that. So really good background on this guy. I'm very excited to see what he does. He said basically what his goal is to work to make sure that the vision is consistent, across the company, particularly with the lore. He calls himself kind of a support healer. I liked that analogy because it was like I support everybody else and all of the other writing and all of the things with the lore that is needed to supplement the game. So, pretty cool way of explaining it. He also has a lot of gaming writing history. After he left ESO the first time, he went to DC Universe Online. He did stuff for Destiny 1 and 2. And then he came back last August as a senior writer for High Isle. So all of this new content that we're going to be getting, he was one of the senior writers for. So it'll be fun to see how that kind of transition is for him, between Layman Tuttle and Michael Zenke. So,
well, I can tell you, as somebody who played a boatload of Destiny 1 and a decent bit of Destiny 2, those games have some really cool lore. So I don't know how much he had to do with some of that stuff, but very confusing lore if you weren't reading all of the little things going on in the game, because that game didn't necessarily explain it all through gameplay. But yeah, there was some really wild stuff in that game. So that I feel like I've heard his name before associated with Destiny. So
you probably have.
that name looked familiar, and then when I read that about him being part of that, it's like maybe I recall that, but yeah. So I mean, if you've played the base game, I mean, the stories there are good. It's gotten better, you know. They've come a long way with their storytelling, but I've always enjoyed, even in the base game zones, even just questing through Canarthy's Roost on the, you know, starting out in the game. It's like I actually like the quests here. They're interesting. Um, so having the, you know, guy that was responsible for that stuff coming back in, I think that's going to work out pretty well.
Yeah, he said that he can. They were asking him about Roz in particular, and one of the things that I thought was really cool and a testament to him being kind of a team player as well is, you know, he said, "Well, I helped write and create Roz, but I'm definitely not the person that came up with some of his best one-liners." So I thought that was a pretty cool thing that he, you know, he's not trying to take all the credit, which of
Right.
course as a writer, and I think the dev team overall for ESO does a great job of making sure that, you know, people get credit where credit is due, you know. So I thought that was pretty cool because they were having the spotlight moment on him, and it was like, no, you know, like, I love this character. He's super cool. I love that I got to help make him and write for him and come up with him in the beginning. But also, I'm not the person that fully made him into what he is today. Like, he's that way because of these other great writers that work for ZeniMax Online Studios. So that was a cool thing. Something else that he mentioned, again, I don't feel that this is spoilery. The other stuff that I have notes on is a little spoilery, so we won't go through that. But everybody. Um, so again, guess we'll have to see where that goes because that could be a quest line in itself. I mean, who knows? Um, and then
I hope
he
so.
mentioned, yeah, me too, right? He mentioned specifically that the druids and the weirds share an origin, but they are not the same group. Because a lot of people were speculating, like, oh, we've already seen them. They were, you know, in the other zone. And no, he said, no, they're not the same people. So um, it'll be fun to see how that plays out. I'm very excited about it. And again, without getting too spoilery, they showed a few druid things, or a few things that may be druidic on the island. And I think, I hope that people are excited about where this is going to go.
Yeah, I didn't catch a good portion of the stream, so I missed all that. But like, I was already excited for this year for just the Breton lore, but when they started talking more about like the Druids of Galen and how that, you know, was going to play a part in this, and I'm like, I was really excited because, you know, in the lore, it's basically just a single mention, from, I think, Daggerfall, one of the older games, was like, oh, they're rumored to have descended from the Druids of Galen. So I'm stoked that they're going to actually dive into the druidic side of Bretons and what that story is going to look like.
Yeah, they very specifically said that those groups stemmed out of that in the ESO live, so it's gonna be, so awesome, so awesome. Just yeah, I like I said, I don't want to give away too much, so I didn't get to watch the whole thing either, unfortunately. I kind of got sidetracked after that part of it, so I didn't get to finish it, but I'm definitely going to go back and do that in the next few days. And if you are a person that doesn't mind seeing the zone beforehand, which I'm not a big spoilers person. Like, seeing something beforehand doesn't bug me, or finding out about something doesn't typically bug me. It makes me more excited about it. So I love when they do these ESO lives with the Loremaster and with the zone lead, because it makes me excited to see what they're gonna do. because I feel like then when I go into it, I have a bit of a familiarity with it, so I don't feel lost. So I like that. So if you're a person that feels that same way too, I definitely suggest taking a peek at it. You know, if nothing else, then to see some of the cool new features that are there, that are probably little things that might get lost in the background if you weren't listening to one of the devs talk about it. So very cool, very cool. Yeah, I think that's kind of it about the lives, the ESO live. Like I said, I didn't get to finish it, so anything else, Sasquatch, since you watched part of it, that you want to touch on, or are you good?
Not really. I mean, you watched more of it than I did. I was only able to catch a little bit at the beginning, where they introduced the new Loremaster, and you know, we already covered that part. So
Cool.
that's it from me.
All right. And Never, you didn't unfortunately get to see it, right?
No, I haven't gotten to check it out. I may go back and try to watch the recorded version, but I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. Cool. Well, then I say we move on to the Crown Store showcase.
For the month of May.
For the month of May. Yeah, in this, again, we have a free statue for ESO Plus. It's take two. Let's try that again. Calidus of Leowin. I bet you're excited about this one, Sasquatch. Did you see who this is?
Of course. Yes.
He's the builder of the Great Chapel of Zenithar.
That's not
I don't
true.
understand
Sasquatch
why
did it.
isn't I was gonna say, why isn't this a statue of you? This doesn't look like you're Breton.
Yes.
I'm confused.
They did.
I don't understand.
I don't have a beard.
Yeah, I don't understand. And you definitely don't use a mace. Also,
No.
he's barefoot. Like, yeah, that's not
Well,
you.
Can't see my feet.
Well, that's true. We
Well,
can't
maybe
see
you
your
can.
feet. Yeah,
Stream can't see my feet.
I can see your feet. Stream can't, and I can clearly see that you have furry boots on.
Oh, I can arrange for people to see the feet.
Things are getting weird. Let's move on. There is also the Sunspire Icefire Cinch Cub. He looks really neat. He looks like a big frozen icicle, like baby cub thing, but then his limbs are on fire. His eyes are on fire. Isn't this the
His
skin that
limbs
you get the
are on
mount from
fire.
for Sunspire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or very similar.
Yeah, so it's similar, but this is like the pet version. So he's pretty neat. There's also, oh, I got the wrong notes open there. There is also Sin Weaver, which is an artifact, one of the Elder Scrolls artifacts. It's a Elven Claymore. So that's going to be in the store for a limited time. Okay. I'm going to butcher this name. I'm going to need Dwemer drops, even though it's not a Dwemer word. They are releasing the crown.
That's a throwback.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor. We are not sponsored by Dwemer Drops. Jibs and Cash. That was all of them. But they are putting the crown crafting motif for the, is this Teshi style? Is that correct? Maybe.
Or say se, or say si, or say she, or might be one of those.
Shishimi. Just kidding. Yeah, that's that style. This one always reminds me of Mortal Kombat.
It's got a slight samurai vibe going on with the.
Yeah.
I guess that's the heavier armor there.
The heavier armor is kind of like a weird combo of Clavicus Vile and a samurai.
And then
Like that's what the horns.
The other one does have a little bit of a Lord Raiden hat thing going on.
Yeah, it looks like Raiden.
Which I'm just gonna go ahead and throw this out there. If it's anything like the other costume you can get that has that, you're gonna hate it if you have like certain weapon types because they just clip through the hat. But
yeah,
it looks cool.
So,
like it's a cool looking hat, but yeah. Anyway, you were saying?
Yeah, I zoomed in on the picture already, and even in the picture, the staff is clipping through the hat.
Oh, so it is. So it is.
There it is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely something I would like to see adjusted somehow. I don't know how they do that, but that that is kind of, if you have something like a staff on your back or something, it just, I think in two-handed weapons, like swords and stuff, the way you hold them, I think they go up through it. It's like I can't do it visually. It just messes me up. I can't handle it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this is not my favorite motif or style. Um, it's cool, and I understand the origin of it, but I don't know. I feel like it's one of the ones that looks like really like out in left field a little bit. For me personally. But, I know there's a ton of people that love it because of the hat and the helm. So, it's just not my personal style, but I still think people have done awesome stuff with it when they've used it for outfit styles. So, if it's something you're interested in, because it is one of the only ones that has that style hat, like, go for it. It's going to be in the store. We also have the Shadow Red Arms pack. So that's that clan fear that you can see in Banished Cells. That arms pack is going to be out. And then there's also the Prior Ferric arms pack. This one's cool. Is this the oh my gosh, the rose.
Is it Silver Rose?
Silver Rose? I think from the one dungeon. I really like these. I mean, the pink purple glow is very different. How that will actually read on your character, I want to see how that comes out, whether it truly is that kind of a color scheme or not. But I think that bow looks awesome. It's got the little red tips and the red handle, and it's kind of ornate looking. So, this one's going to be in the Crown Store as well. There's also another crafting motif that is from the Deadlands. It's called the Annihilarch's Chosen crafting style. It's very Daedric, of course. This is one that you can normally have drop if you are doing Oblivion portals in the Deadlands, but you'll be able to purchase it, for crowns, of course, in the store, as they do. Another one that I'm really excited about is the Night Mother's Evangelist costume. That one's returning to the store, and I don't remember when it was last in the store, but I'm excited that that's coming back. There's a couple other costumes, Galloware. The Treasure Hunter is coming back, for people that were interested in that costume. There's also going to be the Nord Hero armor again. Sorry, go ahead, Never.
Oh,
no, that wasn't me.
Was that Never, or was that Sasquatch?
No, that was Sasquatch.
No, that was me. I was thinking, there's the Treasure Hunter outfit and the personality. I was going to say, someone in our guild, I can't remember who, was asking about that a couple months ago.
Oh, yes.
So,
I think it might have been Moki. I'm not sure. But yeah, this doesn't look like it's going to be the personality. This looks like it's just specifically the costume.
The personality is down below.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. So I guess we're going to get both. Oh, yep, I see it now. It's just below the Nord Hero armor. So Nord Hero armor is coming back into the store for anybody that missed that. And then what Sasquatch just mentioned, we have the Treasure Hunter personality. This one's so unique because you can hold a torch, and it's like an ever-burning torch. It's pretty fun if you are, I will fully admit to doing this, like kind of lightly RPing a delve when you're running around, and you put on that personality and run in there just like carrying your torch and like slow RP walk down a tunnel until you find something to kill. It's pretty fun. And the torch does throw light, so it's fun to see how that works as well.
When you pull out your weapons, does it just put that away, or?
Yep.
Okay.
As far as I remember. I haven't used it in a while, but
I've got it on right now.
I was just gonna say, let's see.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah. I like the emote that you can do with this as well. It's very Indiana Jones. It's like you kneel down on the ground and you use the torch to look at the ground.
I gotta be honest. It kind of looked like you were trying to chase a torch bug away.
There we go. There it is.
The torch bug with the torch?
Yes.
Yeah. Looks pretty cool. Fear not, those of you that really liked those Flame Atronach crates, they are coming back. They'll be back from May 19th to June 2nd. And then, of course, for our housing mancers, we've got a lot of furniture packs coming. And they're pretty different ones, too. We have the Shadow and Stone one, which is kind of the Murkmire furnishing pack. We've got the statue of Sithis the Dreadfather. A lot of people love this statue for their home. It is huge, and it is super terrifying, but also awesome.
It's also a light, too, right?
It is. It has, I think, it looks like 3 flames. So, that's pretty neat. There's also the Cold Harbor Arcanium, which is another good furniture pack. This one's got a lot of bookshelves in it, because, Arcanium. And then they are bringing back... Yeah, messy bookshelves. They are bringing back what they call the Molag Bal bundle. I don't ever want Molag Bal to come in a bundle, but here we are. Thankfully, it's not him. It's just his furnishings. So, it's the furnishings, excuse me, that are relating to him and the Cold Harbor stuff. A couple more music boxes as well. Hinterlands is returning. That's a great music box. If you haven't listened to it, look it up on YouTube. I love it. It's the Ebonheart Pact composition, essentially. And then they're also going to have the Farewell to Nenelata. Again, perhaps I'm saying that correctly or incorrectly. And then a statue of Ariel. We've got an Ayleid bundle. Lots of bundles for different furnishings this time around.
That statue of Ariel looks like it's glowing.
It does.
It does.
Yeah,
and
I
it
believe
looks
it lights up, but the eagle lights up, I believe. And then his eyes. So it looks like, oh, pardon me. It looks like you can light up different pieces of the statue. So, because it says in the description, light up this focal piece with the eagle's golden glow, Ariel's lambent eyes, scintillating sunbeams, or a combination of these. So it seems like you'll be able to select one of each, and then at the end it will have all of them.
That's pretty cool.
It's going to be a spendy statue.
Yeah.
A spendy statue. That statue's like 5,000 crowns.
Yeah.
Or do you think it's more? What do you think?
I'd say probably 5,000. You don't see him go much past that for like a furnishing.
Not for a single statue, no.
Yeah.
5,000 is probably about right, which is, wow. Still a lot.
Yeah. It's a lot.
I'm gonna probably want it, but I probably won't buy it.
It's so hard when you want something like that and you're like, will it ever come back? I don't know. Buy.
I just know, I keep my crowns for when a useful item for the guild comes around. I know as soon as I drop 5,000 on that, I'm gonna have like 4,500 left, and then the thing that we need, that I don't know, the free wayshrine to anywhere from inside the home comes out for 5,000 crowns, and I'm 500 short.
If that happens, just ask me. I'll send them to you because I always have a bunch of them.
But you can't send me just 500 crowns. You'd have to spend 5,000.
You're right. Never mind. Bummer, dude. Didn't think about that.
But that is a cool looking statue. So who knows? Maybe it makes its way into my house. We'll see.
There's also the erstwhile sanctuary, which is coming back. That's the Dark Brotherhood house. It's like a subterranean tunnel cave house, which is neat. That one I don't think has been out for a while. And then the Varlasave Ayleid ruins. Those are coming back as well. Got a couple house guests. One's a Scoffin.
One's a what?
A Scoffin, is that right? I think Scoffin. I can't remember how it's pronounced. They are from Fargrave. So they're like I can't remember if Scoffin or Daedra. UASP will know.
It does have a slight Daedra look to its face. Not to mention
they are a type of They are a type of Daedra from Morrowind. They have yellow skin, often vary in size, possess humanoid faces with long white horns, and sometimes have one big white eye. They are mainly found in the servitude of Clavicus Vile.
Alright.
There you go.
There you go.
It says UASP changes that, though. They say in appearance they have yellow skin and red eyes. So I suppose it depends on the lore and the time period you're in. But that explains a lot about how that guy looks in the store showcase. Loads of mounts coming back. Cat, ram, big bug.
That dark ram really isn't that great.
No, not compared to the other. The celestial ram just blew everything out of the water.
Well, it
let's
just
be
calls
honest.
it a great dark ram, and I'm just thinking it's not really that great.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like Hercine's form. So, if you look at the lore of this, it's a neat lore piece, but if you're someone that's not a lore hound, you might not necessarily connect with it in that way.
Yeah.
It's kind of odd that Hercine appears in this form only during Rain's Hand in the Great Forest, and it shows it in the Deadlands.
Deadlands, yeah. I was just thinking that as well.
Yep, big bug.
Big bug.
Big bug.
Big bug with a glowy... It looks like a torch bug on drugs with no wings.
Steroids.
Yeah, it's a roid rage torch bug with no wings.
Zoom in on that thing's face.
It's terrifying. I don't want to. I'm not. It's so scary.
Do it. Zoom in on its face.
Like,
you need nightmares tonight. You need nightmares.
Eyes. No, it has spider eyes and like a weird... It has teeth. It's gross.
Yeah, the mouth is creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
and
nasty.
Giant pinchers.
It looks like
also,
a roach.
the glow splattered on its leg kind of looks like it ate a bunch of other giant torch bugs.
Yeah,
Maybe they're carnivorous.
Maybe.
For those that don't know, that means they eat other living things.
It says children in Amamusa tell each other that the glow is bad food in the Nyx's gut. It says some scholars suggest that the luminescence is a mating display, while others argue it's a form of communication. That's terrifying. Nope, not gonna think about two of those things together. All right, let's go. Moving on.
This is a family-friendly show.
I know, but it's terrifying, and it's talking about it being a... Yeah, anyway, a mating display. Okay, let's talk about something cute, like this bantam guar that's returning to the store.
Yeah, and hope that
Cute
that bug doesn't eat it.
Sitting next to a corpse.
Yeah, okay. Well, we hope that it didn't eat its owner, okay? They do say that guar are the most dangerous creatures ever, but it is kind of funny that they have this cute little bantam guar and it's next to a dead corpse.
It's just scavenging. That's all.
Yeah. We've also got the dire pony. That's like the dark colored dire pony, a blue shock Nixad. And then they talked about removal of existing crown store items as well. So the things that are going to be removed are mostly costumes. It's the Solitude Stevedores jerkin, the Nordic knot doublet and breeches, ancestral honor garments, drifting sand tunic and sash, Forge Wife's impervious frock, Magnificus Sundaswear, Sentinel's vest and salvar, and Vengeance Day dress. So if any of those are ones that you would like to purchase, get it while they're hot, because they are going away.
FOMO!
So, bye. They gotta make space for new stuff for High Isle.
Yep. Yeah, there's some cool looking stuff coming for sure.
And that is the Crown Store words are hard. Crown Store Showcase.
I'm thinking that I might have to pick up that Torch Nix and place it right in the entrance to the home, so it's just staring at you. Or I can replace the other one.
Torch Nix, or you should purchase it and turn your Snugpod into its scary lair.
Yeah, I could do
You
that.
just have this giant Torch Nix in there on top of a gold pile with corpses everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. How does it fit through the door?
Don't ask. Uh-oh, kid aggro. BRB.
Uh-oh. Yeah, so maybe I'll just...
Oh. Both of us. My daughter's up.
Oh, no. So now I guess while they're away taking care of the little ones, I could sing a song. I could sing a song in my pretend Khajiit voice about the lovely purple torch bug floating around above our heads. My Khajiit voice is definitely the best Khajiit voice you've ever heard. And clearly, not really. um, so I guess I'll take just a moment while they are away, and as a reminder, just plug Extra Life. If you don't know what Extra Life is, it is a charity event, charity organization. It's a thing, and there are gamers all over who just use gaming as a way to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network, hospitals, and everybody can pick the hospital that they want to have their funds go towards. And as was mentioned before, Gone Crazy and I are part of the Elder Heroes team. You can go to the Extra Life website. It's extra-life.org, I think. May have that wrong, but you can Google it. It's not hard to find. And anyway, once you go there, you can search for Elder Heroes, and you can find our team page, and you can go down through and look, and you can choose who you want to support through that. And or if you know other people, there's lots of ways to do it, and all are very very good causes, very good places to try to donate to. A lot of hospitals doing some really cool stuff for kids and for families, and yeah. So if you have time, take a moment and just go check that out. And if you can, then give. And even if you can't, if you can just tell other people, kind of spread the word what we're doing, that would be great as well. And just as a team effort, us and you, that can go a long way in trying to help make the lives of some kids better.
I'm back.
Yay! I'm not all alone anymore.
I missed the Elder Heroes plug.
Well, that's okay. It'll be there later. And
did we lose a Sasquatch too?
He also aggroed a different kid, one of his.
Oh no! Oh no! The kid aggro must be the same no matter what time zone you're in.
It was funny. Like, you stepped away, and then immediately you hear another kid in the background, and he's like, "Oh, me too."
He's wide awake.
Oh no!
She said, "Daddy, I want to be on the show."
Oh goodness. All right. Well, where were we?
We just finished up the crown store.
Yeah, so it looks like all we have left is, oh my gosh. I'm sorry, everybody. You'll never see it, but we just got a really cute picture. So cute. Okay. We have some lore. Do you want to do a little bit of the meet the character that they talked about?
Yeah, sure. For those watching, you will get to experience this live. For those listening, may or may not be a surprise. You never know. We don't know yet, but I'll just leave it at that, and you can wonder what the heck I'm talking about and listen to this whole thing and may still never know. So there's that.
There you go.
So,
all right.
Meet the character. We have Lois, right?
Yes. No, not at all.
Louise? It's Louise.
Nope. Isabel. Veloise.
Oh, Izzy. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, Izzy. So this is a letter from Knight Commander Jorval to Duchess Elia de Fort. It says, Duchess Elia, salutations and respect, as always. As requested by your steward, I have a few notes for you on my most promising knight aspirant, as well as some information on this year's Sapphire tourney. I expect the tourney to be glorious this year. We have several squires champing at the bit to take the next step. Some arrived from as far away as Orsinium, and with so many aspirants in the mix, we'll have duels, feasting, and competitions of all sorts going on for several days. I've brought in reputable vendors from both Gunfallen Bay and the mainland to service the crowds, and my steward, Nilsman, assures me that everything is ready and in good order. I am aware that recent events in the Sisters have been troublesome. Rumors of those bandit knights on the road have made me very cautious, but rest assured, with so many stalwarts here at the castle, no one would dare attack the site of the Sapphire tourney. The Order of the Albatross, the Oaken Order, and the Order of the Iron Knot are all eager for competition to get underway, but I can tell you in confidence, I know who will earn one of the much sought-after knighthoods. Her name is Isabel Veloise. You may have seen her mentioned in my previous correspondence, usually in connection with my daughter, Aurelia. The two have been fast friends since they were very young, roaming the hills around the castle and playing knights and princesses. Isabel was always the knight. From the time she could hold a stick and take a run at imaginary Daedra, Isabel has wanted to join a knightly order. You no doubt recognize her last name, as it matches a High Isle merchant family. They are one and the same. Veloise mercantile goods flow across the sea from the Sisters archipelago to Vardenfell and back again. Her father, Delvin Veloise, was a close friend of my late husband, and when it became obvious that Isabel's wish to be a knight was not some passing fancy, I offered her a place in my household. She's been studying diligently to be a member of the orders ever since. She's dedicated, fearless, and kind, everything one could want in a knight. The only complaint I have ever had cause to offer her is that how should I put this? She's a bit of a clod. She can act quite humorously sometimes, or make observations you'd expect from an uncultured woman half her age. She's also, to be honest, a bit of a bookworm. She spends far too much time reading fantastical stories concerning chivalry and romance. But these are, in balance, minor complaints. I know that whether it is this year or next, Isabel Veloise will become a knight. And mark my words, your grace, she will make herself known to the world. Dame Isabel Veloise of High Isle, Knight of the Sisters Isles, boon companion and hero. I suggest you do as I do and keep an eye on her. Respectfully, Knight Commander Jorvel. So that's a little bit about Isabel, a little bit of her background. She sounds cool. I'm excited to meet her.
Yeah, I think Ember's gonna be cooler.
Oh, I absolutely think Ember is going to be way cooler.
But she does have that is a cool story though.
Yeah, I like the thought process that her family's like, we're merchants, and she's like, nuh-uh, I'm gonna be a knight.
Yeah, I don't want to do that anymore, Mama and Daddy. I want to go play with swords.
She's like, I'm not gonna sail and move goods for you. I'm gonna go and smack people upside the head with my shield and my greatsword. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, seems like the more fun thing to do. Carry this box. Nah, I'm gonna go smite some Daedra.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to see what they do with her. I want to know what her... Hopefully they're going to do like that companion quest line thing, like they've done with other ones. Pretty excited about that. So
she's a Templar, right?
I think so.
Yeah, she's a Templar.
So.
Yeah, because there's been all these jokes about. I've been seeing jokes about. Now we have a one-button companion too.
Amazing.
So she's
just gonna jab everything.
Yep. Just jab.
She's gonna have her sword and shield out, but then she's gonna put them away and just start jabbing stuff with the Aedric Spear.
Yep.
So
I think they might incorporate her quest line in with like the tournament.
That's what I was just gonna say. They talk about the Sapphire tournament, and in some of the videos that they have shown, they've shown like a jousting area, and I want to know if there's going to be something to do with that. Imagine how cool it would be if you had to help her at like a jousting tournament, like, you know, Knight's Tale style. It'd be pretty cool. So we'll see. We'll see more about her later. And that's it for lore.
Well, there we go. And that's just about it for our
everything.
notes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. We do have some dates on that now.
We do. They're wrong because we figured out it's not the 26th. Changed it.
Are we sure it's the 21st?
No, I hadn't changed it yet. Stop.
The 21st.
That's what I had because I hadn't put ST for 21st yet.
All right,
I was changing the notes.
We are going to be having a housing contest that's going to be running June 21st. Okay.
Hey, you're the worst.
And simultaneously the best.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so it's a Snugpod decorating contest. And this is open not only to lore seekers, right?
That is correct. We're opening it up to other people that are on our Twitter as well.
Yep, but it is PlayStation NA.
That is correct.
Yeah, because we're not on other platforms and not on EU enough to have anything to give you if you won. So,
yeah.
So, yeah, you wanna cover that? What our prize is there?
Yeah. So the prize for this is going to be our green torch bug, or I guess yellow torch bug. I'm not sure what they're technically calling it. It's kind of that weird green yellowy color that they used to give out. One was donated to us by Caddy Jacks. So that was very, very kind of her. And you can use any theme, any design within your actual Snugpod. And the reason that we're waiting until June 21st, when the High Isle stuff releases on consoles, is because the Snugpod can be acquired from in-game gold. And we know that decorating something takes time, particularly if you have to gather materials to make furniture, or, let's say you need to farm the gold so that you can buy it. I think the Snugpod costs what, like 40?
I think it's like 45,000. Yeah, it's not a lot. It's really not a lot.
Yeah.
That seems like a lot, and if you have trouble earning gold, I get it. We've all been there. But if you just take, for example, like crafting writs, and you just go and get certified in all the crafting things on even just a single character, that's good for, I don't know what the minimum is, but at the top of that, it's 5.1 thousand a day just on one character. So little things like that, and then you get stuff, start selling extra armor pieces. So it takes a little while to build up, but once you kind of find a rhythm, get in, like, even look at joining like trade guilds and things, and it's actually considerably easier than what I thought when I started playing. It was like, oh, this thing costs 400 gold. I only have 372. What am I going to do? So
just like that? Is that how you sounded?
Yes. I mean, that's how all noobs sound. We all have our noob voice. I don't know what to do. But yeah. So 45,000 for a house is pretty easy to come up with. It may take a little time, but that's why we're waiting and trying to give enough time to get this done.
Yeah, so like you said, this will be open to listeners on PlayStation NA. We're going to talk a little bit more in the future about how you actually are going to submit for this, but the goal is for us to be able to hopefully do some tours of the Snugpods that are going to be submitted. So that'll require people probably making them their main residence temporarily while we do that by a certain date. And maybe one of the things that will happen is we might do one of the podcasts from your Snugpod.
Yeah.
So could be a fun little tour, if you will, of us going to different Snugpods and stuff. The other thing too is, like we said, this is open to listeners. You don't have to be in our Lore Seekers Discord, but if you want updates on it more than what you're going to be getting in the audio versions of this, and you want to be able to see more events and announcements for things that we're doing within our guild, go ahead and hop on over in the Lore Seekers Discord or track us down on Twitter or any of the other things that we're about to talk about in a minute on any of our social medias. So I think that's about it. The other thing, too, is if we get quite a few entries, we may do some more prizes. But definitely the first place prize will be receiving the green torch bug.
Yes. So as it was mentioned, if you are not in a guild and you want to join a guild, and you're like, hey, you guys seem like fun chaps. Let's tell me how to join your guild. Cause I'm a guild noob and I don't know what to do. You have to talk like this, you know. So all you have to do is head on over on the Webernets. Okay. You go to loreseekerseso.org. And there will be an apply to guild link. You go clickety clack on that, and it'll take you into the Discord. It'll ask you to complete a little brief application process. Doesn't take very long. It's just like a handful of questions, and that's just sort of a screening process to make sure that you're not going to come in and make fun of me all the time for my dorkiness on streams, and other.
I already do that. It's okay.
Yeah, I get enough of that from her. So, but anyway. Yes, you finish that, and one of the people that those go to once they're completed will get that done. It's usually within a day, maybe two. You know, people have lives. Sometimes we're busy. But usually within a day or two, we get your application processed, and we get you an invite sent in-game. And, then you get to come hang out with us and run some content, do all those things.
All the things.
Yep.
Where else can they find us?
Well, they can find us on Twitter at Snugpod Cast. We're there. We're on the Twittergrams. There's one of those email things, right, Sasquatch?
Yes. My daughter's still running around yelling in the background.
I love it
right.
so much.
It's a family-friendly show because we all have family.
She's telling us exactly how she feels about our email.
She's very excited. It is snugpodcast@gmail.com.
There you go.
I mean, technically, she is one of the biggest fans for the longest amount of time because she's the one that used to deal with us running dungeons together when she was like,
yes,
brand newborn.
Yep. Holding her in my lap. She'd sleep and I'd run dungeons.
Yeah. So if you, it's like somebody hit a mute button. It just went away.
Amazing.
I might have.
So so you got Twitter, you got email. You can come join us in Discord. If you are listening and you think, man, this would have probably been hysterical to watch live, it's not. But if you thought that it might be, you can join us on twitter.tv/snugpodcast.
Well, not Twitter, but Twitch.
That's what I said, and that's what you heard.
Nope.
And don't argue.
Nope.
Yeah, say hi.
It's not.
Say hi.
Hello.
Say hi.
Hi.
I love you.
Say hi.
Hi.
She's waving at the TV.
Now she's like, I got stage fright. Yay!
There you go.
Amazing.
So as I said, it's twitch.tv/snugpodcast. I don't know what you think you heard, but it will be edited later.
It's my fault. It's my fault. It's 2 a.m.
So there's also the option of YouTube if you want to check us out there. If it's like 6 years from now and you're thinking, I need to go back and listen to episode 10, well, it'll still be on YouTube, hopefully. And if you're watching on either one of those platforms and go, wow, this is not very entertaining to see, but I sure would like to listen in my car or on the mower or in the shower, whatever. We don't judge how you listen to stuff.
How dare they listen to us while they're mowing the lawn? That's a violation of the Green Pact.
Okay, all right. While gardening, okay, not mowing.
Okay,
don't
fair.
hurt the grass. But yes, if you want to listen in audio format, You can find us on most of the big podcast places. We are on Spotify, Apple, Google. Google does take a little while longer to get the feed for some reason sometimes, but we are there, and then a handful of other places as well that just kind of pull it even if we don't tell it to, which is fine. So check us out, and if you think that we aren't terrible, then you can review or rate or whatever the platform of your choice allows you to do, or just tell other people that also like ESO about us, and that means a lot to us, just to know that people are taking time to listen to what the 3 to 4 of us, depending on the week, that what we have to say. So,
Yeah.
you guys have anything else?
No, that's it. Kind of tagging on to that, just thank you. We've noticed, what are we up to for listens now? Was it over?
We have more listens than Tales has episodes, so that's saying something.
Oh, okay.
No shade, just saying. The facts are the facts.
Yeah, well,
I can't help that. But we have 412 total plays, okay? And you guys only have like 300 and some episodes. Y'all need to start using your new voices, I guess.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess we'll be able to point and laugh if we ever catch up.
Mustard?
Mm-hmm.
This is
Oh,
what
we
happens.
lost him. He had to turn away. I heard him turn away from his mic. Okay. All right, everybody.
Yeah.
Well, it's been great. Thanks for having us.
All right. You guys have a good night or day or whatever time it is, and we will catch you on the next one.
See you then.
See ya.
Bye.